Gotta ask a good question. Peyton Manning, 2013 season, or Tom Brady's 2007 season, which was more devastating in terms of the way they lost and who had the statistical standpoint? How do you remember it? Well, one thing about the NFL, being a league MVP and passing for like yards and stats does not guarantee you a chip because both these quarterbacks came up on the empty hand. Brady had a perfect record going to a Super Bowl, and they lost to the Giants in the Super Bowl. Broke records. Actually, it wasn't his fault in that Super Bowl because that ball could have been intercepted on that third down, on that second down play. Should have been, and he did throw for the drive to Moss with 2 minutes to go in the game. He actually did his part for the most part. If you're asking me who looked the worst at the end, the loss of the Patriots, but not because of Brady in that one. He balled. Peyton Manning had that broke start off with the 7 touchdowns against the Ravens game one, and only broke Brady's touchdown mark and only had 10 picks. But that loss to Seattle in the Super Bowl 43-8 took him out of discussion for any conversation amongst being the top 3 or 4 greatest quarterbacks. I think he'll never be at the table with Mahomes, Brady, and Montana. Unless, of course, Mahomes ends up losing about 4 or 5 Super Bowls, then we can revisit that. But I don't think Mahomes will lose 4 or 5 Super Bowls. That's the only way. Because Peyton Manning had 2 bad Super Bowls and 2 Super Bowls where he was mediocre. So he wasn't even mediocre in that last one when they beat Carolina. He just was asked not to mess up. So this is a good question. Which one? Well, obviously because the Patriots didn't finish with a perfect season. But if you're asking me which individual, their MVP season when they broke records was harder, I'd have to say Peyton Manning. The way he lost to Seattle, after the beat New England and going to that Super Bowl, he looked like he didn't even belong on that field. I mean, Seattle's defense just tore him up, and he just looked lost. I mean, it was really abysmal. It was one of those situations where you just kind of like shook your head. You didn't really know what to think, what to make of it. It just was one of those situations where you just was kind of dumbfounded. No way else I could really put it to work, to use. Um, you know, um, it was it was strange to say the least. It was just one of those things where it's kind of like, wow, did you even bother? Because you just look like you were just defeated.